Hi guys, it's Angie the Craftnado. So as I'm sure you know, last week was Prime Days, and so I had to do a thing because of course I did. It was Prime Days, there were good deals. So I had ordered no rush shipping on my order, so it did just come today, which is fine with me. I didn't want too much stuff coming while I was gone to the retreat anyways, because you know, the less he knows, right? Right. So let's see what I got. I got quite a little combination of stuff, so you're going to have to bear with me. Some of this stuff is diamond painting related, some is not. This is the first thing that I ordered, and this is a different type of drill storage container than I have ever used. And this is how it comes, and boy, it's pretty monstrous. It's hardcover case, and it unzips, and wow, don't know that I love that, but it has, I believe it is 60. I could be wrong, it could be more than that. So you have half in each. Oh, see, I think this is supposed to sit on top of here like that. That makes a little bit more sense, or the other way around. But you have a little storage pouch on this side with some label comes with some label stickers, so that's nice because they're just round topped screw-on containers. So you have this little teeny size, which you probably can't fit very many drills in, but then the other side are these deeper ones that you can fit, you know, twice as many drills in. So the reason I got this is for kitting up my Heaven and Earth Designs canvas that has 90 some colors. I'm gonna have probably a lot. They're not that big of a canvas. It's not that big of a, I have two, but I've only ordered drills for one. It's not that large of a canvas, so I anticipate that I'm gonna have drills that I'm not gonna have a huge quantity of. So I thought that this might be perfect for kitting that up, and that's why I ordered this type of drill storage container. So this side just comes out and it's just blank in the bottom there. So I guess that is how it unfolds, is how they had it packed. I don't know that I love that design, but I think it's going to serve its purpose for what I need it for, and yeah, I think it'll work. I think it'll work great for what I'm looking for. But if it's something that you're going to be opening, and I guess it doesn't. I guess, yeah, it's not bad. It stays in place. So cool. All right, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it. So that's what I got. So that was the first thing in my order. And it was on a pretty good sale. Like I said, it was from I will put a link in the description of the video if this is something you think you'd be interested in. It has like an elastic strap. You could, I don't know, you could stick your canvas rolled up in that elastic strap if you wanted to. So that's the first thing that I got. Let's see, the next thing that I got, this is embroidery and cross stitch related. So I got something from just about every craft. Now I have used these before, but I've used them in smaller sizes, and what they are, they're really, really nice. You know, you do an embroidery project or a cross stitch project, and especially an embroidery project where most of them are round in, you know, intended to be left in a hoop when finished, but you don't want to look at that ugly hoop with the, you know, with your screw on top. At least I don't. I think it leaves it looking very unfinished. So what these are is they're a faux wood. So that's not really wood. It's like plastic. It's rubber actually, with this hanging hook on top, and it rolls out of this inner hoop that has a an indentation in it. And then you just put your finished project on there just like you would if you were hooping up, you know, a work in progress. And it stretches back over there. And now you have a finished looking frame for your embroidery or cross stitch project. And I've used these before in smaller sizes and they work just lovely. So these are an 8.5 inch hoop So these will work great for some bigger pieces that I'm working on. So I'm really happy to get these, and these were on a really good sale. But even at full price, they're not that expensive for a set of 3 of them. So I got a set for myself, and I got a set for Maddie because Maddie does embroidery as well. She does embroidery more than I do. So I was happy to get those on a good sale. And then the last thing I got is yes I did, 3 new, oh my gosh, this one's heavy, miniature kits. So we're going to take a look at these and go one by one through each of these. And we'll just start with the smallest, of course. So this is a Cutie Bee kit. Cutie Bee is one of the most common brands that sells these kits on Amazon. And let's get in here and see which one I got. I'm not sure which one it is just by looking at the outside of the box, because they use the same box for every kit and then they just mark which number kit you got, and I don't know what number kit it is. So let's get in here and look at the instruction book. And it is, oh, it's funny, it says Cake Diary. I think they mean Cake Dairy, and I think that just means like a bake shop. So there's something a little lost in translation there, but that's okay because I know what they mean. And it's a really cute little dessert shop with a little kitty cat there. And I just really liked it. I liked the bricks and the inset shelving and the display cabinet. I really enjoyed making the desserts that I made in the miniature of the birthday party. And this looked just like a fun little kit to do. So let's take a look at one thing we always have to take care of when we get these kits is the instructions and whether or not they are in English or Chinese. So it looks like they do have the instructions in English, which is wonderful. I love it when they have English instructions, pictorial as well as some wording. So that's helpful. At times it's helpful to have that little bit of written description alongside the picture, because sometimes just the picture isn't clear what you're supposed to do. So that's great that it's in English, and the instructions look really straightforward, and I've done kits from this brand before. One other thing that they do that I appreciate is they do include a template paper. Oh no, this is the template paper. So that's good. You can put your different materials on this piece of paper and then cut it out to the template sizes. This goes along with your cloth pieces and your different pieces of paper, like your silver paper, gold paper, and your different woven components. Comes with a music box. I'm not sure if this one comes with, so here are our walls. Looks like we don't have to paint these walls, which is fine with me. I could take that or leave it. Doesn't really fuss me to have to do it, and it doesn't really excite me when I do have to do it, but I'm not mad when I do have to do it. So that's good. And it does come with the dust cover. So I do appreciate it when they come with the dust cover, because more than likely these are going to be sitting on a shelf somewhere, and all those little teeny pieces are going to collect dust over time. So I do like when they do come with a dust cover. That is like a real perk for me when they do. And they're really easy. They have a protective film on both sides. You just take the protective film off both sides when you're ready, and that's all. Now let's look at, these are our things we're going to be cutting from. We got cardboard, a couple pieces of matte paper, and then we've got our good. Cutie Bee is one of the companies that uses the heavy cardish stock, shiny paper for cutting out like the walls and the floor and the boxes that you're going to be making and things like that. So this holds up a little bit better under glue than it does like the Roll Life brand, which they use a really almost like a newspaper consistency paper, and it just doesn't come out, you know, Roll Life is a lot more expensive too, and it just doesn't come out looking as nice as it does when you have that premium or that glossy higher quality paper. So here are our bags with our components, and you know, a lot of people will take inventory of their components when they get these kits. I don't really fuss with it because unless it's an integral piece to the, I just don't. I kind of trust that it's all there. But so we've got our building pieces. This is going to be a pretty, everything in this building is pretty white. So we got a lot of white building pieces. Our materials pack, different types of cloth and lace. Then we've got our wiring and beads. More furniture, and our stuff for making flowers and whatnot. Oh, and then we've got a little pack in here that has our kitty and some pre-made desserts. So that's interesting. This is the first time I've ever had a kit where there are actually pre-made pieces. Usually you have to make everything. So that's interesting. We won't have to make every single little dessert that's in there, but we will be making a lot of them. So that is the first kit, and it's called the Cake Diary. Cake Dairy is what they mean, but it's called Cutie. It's by QDB, and it's called the Cake Diary. So we'll just plop that back in there, and we'll go on to the next kit. The next one I got is from a brand that I have not worked with yet, and I'm not sure what the brand is. I will link it in the description along with the rest of everything. But this one is called Christmas Snowy Night. And it's an entire house, which is why it's a little bit more heavy. So it's this entire 2-story house with that big base with Santa and the snowman. And, you know, it's not too early to start thinking about getting ready for the holidays. So let's take a look at what we've got in this one. Now this one comes with a dust cover, a piece of sandpaper, or not a dust cover, a music box. So we've got Santa in his sleigh and a reindeer already pre-made. And it looks like I have a broken piece. So you can see that that's supposed to be probably another piece coming down to the wall. We'll probably find it in the box here. We'll take a look and see how badly it's damaged, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do about it, if I will try to exchange it, or if I think I can glue it back on, I might just glue it back on. It's not structural at all, so it's not like it's going to be, well, it might be if it's on the lower level and I've got 2 levels. We'll have to take a look once we get deeper into this. So I'm going to take everything apart real gingerly. So this is interesting. This is the first time I've ever had this happen. They've rolled up the sheets that you're going to use for your floors and your walls. And this is not as thick of a paper as the QDB, but it is a shinier, nicer style paper. So it has all of your cutouts for the walls and the floors, as well as templates for the things that you're going to be making out of cloth. So these are your cloth templates. Probably you can't really see those, can you? There you go. And just more of your cutouts, the things that are going to be affixed on paper. Let's see if we can find that little missing part in there. Either it's in there and broken, in which case I might just try to fix it, or it's not in there at all, in which case I'm going to have to request an exchange, which is fine. I've never had a problem with Amazon. So we have the battery pack, which was kind of halfway hanging out of the box also, which that's not that big of a deal. More sandpaper. I guess they think we need to sand a lot. And here are our, yep, here's that piece. All right, so here it is. Looks like it's broken off pretty, I don't know. I'll talk to Jeff and see what we think. I might, for the cost of this, it might not just just not be worth it, and I might just try to fix it. But I have a feeling this might be at the bottom, so I might just try to get a exchange on this one. No big deal. Amazon ships super fast, as everybody knows. So this one also comes with a dust cover, which is wonderful. And here are our walls and our base, or our dust cover and our bases, which are not painted, which is fine. Our materials packs. This is a whole lot of a materials pack. I don't know that I've opened one that's had quite this much material. And I don't mean material as in like cloth, I mean there's lots of materials. So it looks like there's a lot of building materials in here. We must be going to build the interior rooms because I don't see a lot of framing type material. Here's our actual cloth material pack. Lots more building supplies, pipe cleaner and wiring and that kind of stuff. More building supplies. More building supplies. Then we've got our beads and danglies. This one's going to be fun, you guys. I'm excited about this one. It'll put me in the Christmas spirit. Then we've got trees and some more little woodland creatures that are going to go in the background or the outside. Some fluff. We must be stuffing something. And some more hardware and ribbons and lace. So that's that. But the important thing is, let's take a look at the instruction booklet and see if we've got English, or if we're going to have to try to deal with it being in a foreign language, which I'm pretty good at these now. I've done quite a few of them, and I can probably work just from pictures, but it is nice when they are in English to have that extra little bit of explanation sometimes sometimes it is needed. So let's take a look and see what we've got for instructions. So this is called Christmas Snowy Night. There's probably a better picture of it too. There. It's very cute. It's very cute. So, getting into it starts with, yep, it looks like it's in English. So wonderful. That's great to know. We've got our materials checklist on the first few pages, which I like it when they have the materials checklist right in the booklet rather than on a separate template sheet. I find it easier to work with, to be able to flip back and forth. A lot of times they'll put them, like Roll Life puts it on a separate template sheet, but in the directions they do always refer to where, in which package stuff is located. So that's helpful too, I guess. But I do like it better when they have it in the booklet because they can bounce back and forth in the instruction sheet. So, done with the material checklist, and it looks like we do have it in English. So we have a pictorial representation of, we're going to start with the stove. They tell us what components it's going to use and what to do. So these are a little bit simple of directions, so you might need to have a little bit of know-how. It doesn't really tell you exactly, you know, step by step by step how to achieve these different things. But if you've done a few of these, this will be easy enough to figure out. So the part that I have the biggest problem with is always wrapping the panels in cloth to do the furniture. Somehow I always get it backwards, so I'll have to pay special attention when I'm working with the arms of the chairs to make sure I have the templates going the right way before I wrap the arms of the couch. Otherwise, you'll end up with one side wrapped and one side blank, or with both bad sides going to the in or to the out, or one bad side going to the outside and one bad side going to the inside, which you don't want to end up with that. That's happened to me in the past, and I've had to scrap the whole thing. So, but the directions look pretty good. Just have to make sure we pay a little bit extra special attention is all, because they're not completely explicit. But that's not a big deal. I'm happy with that, especially for the price I paid for it. This was on like I said, it was on a really good sale. So we'll have to see what we're going to do about the broken piece. And yeah, yeah, so that's the second one, is the Christmas, what is it called again? Christmas Snowy Night. And of course I can't get that box to close back the way it was. Of course I can't. All right, we'll set that aside for now, and I'll work on that later. The third one, this is a little bit different than anything I've ever done. This is a Row Life kit, which Row Life is kind of the, I don't know, they're a little bit more expensive, and they, on average, I guess I don't notice that huge of a quality difference, to be honest with you, but they do offer different things than some of the cheaper brands do. So this one is called Row Life Mysterious World, and this is different because it's a domed loft. So this is a 360-degree stereo, well, I'm not making this up, 360-degree stereoscopic scene, and it's called Mysterious World, but it says Dreamy World right there. Anyway, so you're going to be able to view, it sets on a pedestal base, and you're going to be able to view it from 360 degrees. So it all is in this clear dome. So let's get into this, because this is a little bit different. I've never done one quite like this, and I'm a little bit excited about it. So let's open it up and see what it's all about. And I appreciate you guys who aren't into miniatures coming along for the ride with me as I do this little adventure into the world of miniatures. I don't know if this is how I'm supposed to open this box or no. No, it's not. I'm supposed to slide this off. There we go. It's a very nice box. I'll definitely be repurposing this box. It's very pretty, isn't it? Yeah. So there's that. So, with Row Life, see, what I was explaining before about the papers that you use, this is a very, very low poundage, just not shiny, almost newspaper-like piece of paper, and this is where your walls and floors and pictures and whatnot are going to be cut out from. So it's not as high quality of a paper as what you get with some of the cheaper kits, which I find interesting. So this paper looks like it's made out of something else. It's interesting. Oh, I see, it has cutouts in it already. So this one is pre-scored, so it's already like partially cut out. So that's nice. You don't have to cut those really detailed things out of paper, because when you're trying to cut out something that looks like this, it's absolutely impossible. You can't cut out something in that shape. It's just, the best scissors in the world are not going to let you cut out scissors in that shape. And this is what I was talking about with the paper that you get. This paper is going to match up everything that you have in your kit. Once you're trying to find your pieces, they're labeled like D2. There's going to be one piece that's going to fit exactly onto that template to make sure that you have the right piece. So every piece is accounted for on this piece of paper to make sure that you're finding the right piece in the right size to put into your model. So that's actually very helpful, and other kits don't do that. So in this kit, we have looks like our paintbrush, our electrical components, our battery pack, and stick, and some beads. So one thing, and the reason why there's a paintbrush in there is another trait of Row Life is you paint your own bases. So that's one thing that is additional as well. You do paint your own bases. So these are going to be material, flower material, cotton material, grass material. And then you've got your building materials, and the bags are all labeled. So in the instructions, it's going to refer to bag number 2. You'll know that you need to go into this bag to find that piece. You match that piece to what's on this template paper to make sure you've got the right piece for each and every step. So they're very, very explicit instructions, very good for beginners. Row Life kits are definitely probably the best as far as explicitness of instructions. So here's our paints. It looks like we've got, what, 5 different colors paint that we're going to be painting in this sucker. So that's interesting. I've never had one where I had more than 1 color paint. So that's really interesting. The other nice thing about Roll Life kits is they do come with glue. You don't, with some kits, some brands, they will not ship glue or batteries because of air travel restrictions. With Roll Life kits, you always get glue. I didn't notice if there's batteries in there or not. There might not be. And, oh wow, this is interesting. So this is a lot like my wood puzzle kits, where you have your wood pieces are going to be popped out of these wooden templates. So that's not something I've ever experienced before with a Roll Life kit either. So that's really interesting too. That's a little bit different. I like the idea. I think it's a great idea. Just different than what I've experienced. Oh, and here's your base. So you're going to paint your base. So this brown base down here is actually this white, and it's ceramic too. So you are gonna paint this base. So that's really cool. I like that. That'll be fun, something a little bit different. And then the other thing in this box is your domed cylinder. So when you're finished, you'll put this domed cylinder, well, it's not domed, but there must be another piece to make it a dome. I see. You make the dome out of those pieces of wood for the top of it. So there's your cylinder, and obviously this is just packing material that comes off. So very cool. I am excited about this one. It's different than anything I've tried before, and I thought, why not give this type a try? So that's what this one is, and I'll just show you the instructions just briefly. Roll Life is very explicit in their instructions, so that's really good. They are in English as well as pictorial, but English is very step-by-step. They give you very detailed instructions, and they always tell you at the beginning of each little project that you're going to do, like to make the door, they give you a list of materials and where the materials are located within the kit, which is really nice to have. So there's pluses and minuses with this kit, or with the different brands. Roll Life is one that they do an excellent job in their descriptions and in their instructions, but a little bit lacking in their paper quality, and that's my personal opinion. Some other people might not find that to be the case. They might prefer that kind of paper, but I find that I like the thicker, glossier paper better. So these are the instructions for the Roll Life kit, and it looks absolutely fabulous. So those are the 3 kits that I got during Amazon Prime Days. And I just thought I'd share it with you guys because I was going to open them up and check them out anyway. And why not share them with you and let you see what I got as well. So thanks for watching and hanging out with me for this little unboxing. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments comments area. And I will respond as soon as I can. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.